All right. Audio off here. All right, everyone. The live stream just went live. I'm about to share it to the Jumbotron. You guys want to jump over there? You're more than welcome to as well. I do have your all the audio streaming across Stealthy, so anything you say will get picked up over there as well. Just so you know. So yeah, then if you want to jump on the live stream, you're welcome to as well. Just let me know if you prefer that. But welcome everyone. Appreciate everyone tuning in to Trench Talk here today. Hbar Has Memecoins. What's going on? I believe. I believe that meme job came out a week ago. So, yeah, I mean, we're gonna kind of discuss what's going down in Deck Screener, some of the latest trending tokens. I mean, Stouty, where do you want to pick up? I know we chatted on Wednesday. That was our last time we really spoke about what's going on in this space. But I think we had Dino at like 3 mil market cap or something. I think that was the day it launched.
We should do a report on all the tokens that I guess the first movers that bonded, right? And then we can talk about the new ones. But holy shit, Dino went for 9 milli. You were talking about it flipping growth, and it happened on that space last time.
Yeah,
3x growth in 1 week. That's bananas. And again, like whether you have a bag or not, that's beneficial for the entire ecosystem. What's more insane is while it was going on that run, like all the other bags were also running, which is something I've been on memes on Solana, Ethereum. I mean, that's rare, even on those chains with that, with all the users and activity and liquidity that they have. Like coins get vamped when something new comes out. Like you'll see people dump all their bags for the new shiny thing, which for sure it happens. Like there's 5 new fucking there's like 10 coins a day getting called. But that said, like the first runners like still keep going. It's like all the bags are pumping at the same time, which can only really mean one thing, which is that new liquidity is indeed entering the space at a rapid pace here, which we love to see.
Yeah, in terms of just watching, like it's hard to keep. I mean, it's hard to even speak when it comes to all this kind of stuff. Like we're seeing 100K market caps running to 300K, and then 400K, 500K. Like we're starting to see a couple of them. Like Sarah, I know Laurie. There's a lot of speculation. I don't want to like be pumping Laurie live right now. I mean, it doesn't have a official team. Last I checked, I think they just made an X. Like I don't know. There's a lot of speculation. Obviously, these memes really thrive and obviously pump on speculation. If you guys go look at the chart, obviously right now it's like just straight up. So like I don't recommend anyone just like top blasting if you're looking for an entry, if you're bullish on Laurie for whatever reason, right? I think the meme is good. I like it. Just obviously longer term outside of like a 24-hour pump, like does it have the fundamentals to pump? So that's kind of like the questions we need to ask too when we look at these kind of things. But yeah, seeing Dino run, and as I said, it'll most likely flip growth within that 24-hour period after it came out. It did. And then for some reason, these tokens, I don't know, Stealthy or time zone, I forgot, but anytime I go to bed is like kind of when these tokens have their like little local tops. Last night, like right before I went to bed, maybe a couple hours, Gibbs, one of the ones I want to talk about today. They're trending number 2 right now, right under Dino. Gib went to like 1.8 mil or something, and I was like, holy shit! Like I saw that like 1.2 mil last night. So and a couple others obviously had their pump too, but just kind of watching these take off, more liquidity entering, as you said, like just because Dino pumped doesn't mean other ones didn't pump, right? It wasn't just like kind of like a black hole event where it just sucked everything else out. And then it just went to that and then everything kind of resets. Like, no, like we're seeing other tokens start to like Gib hit over 1 million, Hertz right at 1 million right now. Like we could see more. And I talked about this in my alpha chat, my Telegram, like we could start to see more flipping growth. And the moment that just kind of becomes normalized, I think we're going to see like a really big shift start to really happen in this space. What do you think, Stealthy?
I agree. I was certainly one of the people like waiting for the true degen meme scene, over here. I was never really sure if it was going to flourish or ever happen, but here comes meme job to save the day. Really, it's crazy. And on the contrary to like Dino black holing. I think it's actually the opposite. Like people are taking their profits and then tipping them into the other smaller market cap plays and running those up, and then the dip on Dino gets eaten as well. So love to see it. The other thing, of course, is I mean the rest of the market is pretty much in the dumps here. Like, I mean, Bitcoin, Solana, you name it, everything's pretty much down pretty bad lately.
Yeah.
So this is something that's very important as well. Like, as far as getting eyes and people coming over here, I mean, this is what you want to see, right? Everybody's bags are down bad, but over here we're fucking. I mean, I don't even check the Bitcoin price. I haven't been checking nearly as often the last week. Because it's like basically irrelevant, which is bananas, right? That's like nuts to think, and that's the type of thing that really brings people over. You know, like they're gonna be like, well, what the fuck? These guys are hitting 10x's, 50x's, 100x's. Like these coins. I mean, Dino almost. I mean, I guess it depends where you got in, but I mean, there's a lot of people that have 50, 100x their bags. I'm not one of them, but I'm doing well. And again, like I don't really, you know, like there's always going to be people doing better and worse than you. So I don't really compare, but I'm fucking ecstatic with what's been happening with my bags. And I just love to see people eating across the board. So I would love to see. It would just be crazy if like the market kind of rebounds soon. But like this can only go on so long, right? Like I'm not trying to shit on people's parades, right? But like if Bitcoin keeps going down, this bubble that we're in, that's separate, you know, separate from all the rest of the market, like it's gonna deflate at some point if Bitcoin doesn't pick back up. So I would love to see Bitcoin pick back up and go back over 100K in Hedera itself, you know, like the underlying asset, you were talking about it, right? Like everything's paired with HBAR, man. So the underlying asset, Hedera, like starts bumping up. Also, you see the liquidity ratios ramp up as well on, like, you know, liquidity to market caps on these tokens ramp up as well, which is very healthy. So like if we get blessed by the fucking crypto gods, you know, that Bitcoin catches a bounce here and catches some bids, and just keep like adds fuel to this fire, like holy shit, like you really got some crazy shit coming. And even beyond that, like if that doesn't happen, I think you know better than me, but I think we've probably had an insane wave comparable to XRP's wave, and I think it'll likely return, you know, in full force and at a much exponential rate than it is now. If it does cool off, right? Like I think a lot of these coins are here to stay, and I'm with you, man. I think it's a very it's an important shift, right? Like we see that the liquidity is here for like degeneracy fun meme coins, you know, and yeah, I mean the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, brother, I appreciate it. And yeah, that's a great take. Before we continue on, I just did a little bit of charting here. As you guys can see, if you're on the live stream, I actually charted and called most likely Gib last night. And I'll kind of touch on Gib because it loves following the chart. It looks like once we hit price discovery yesterday during the day, I called it there. We basically topped out. I went to bed around here on the chart. So seeing this and then waking up to basically where I went to bed is kind of funny. Just kind of watch, because I definitely would have taken a little bit of profits, maybe move some funds around. But it's just always funny. Like it's like clockwork watching these tokens pump overnight. I don't know if it's Europe buying my bags or what's going on, but shout out to Europe or Asia, whoever's buying our bags overnight on my time. Shout out to everyone. And then I redid the fibs. Just because we hit a new all-time high and then a new support level. And I'll talk a little bit about what I'm kind of charting in the in my alpha chat. And then if anyone wants me to throw up a chart here, maybe I'll do like one or two other ones in the live stream. But if anyone is curious, because this chart specifically, now what we're looking at these fibs, this 3.258 in terms of the price, that's pretty much what Hurt is showing. And funny enough, there's a lot of correlation going on here. This is Growth's current market cap. So basically, like the entire psychological level of Gib next move up, Hurt's next move up, anything that's like potentially in this range, getting close to 1 million market cap. Basically, psychologically, all these tokens are like preparing themselves mentally, like all their holders to flip growth. Like it's in the charts. Like the charts are literally saying, hey, like this is the level, this is what we need to do, this is what's next. And like I said, the moment we start seeing more of these tokens flipping growth in this range, it's just going to be off to the races. All Dino has to do is get to 10 million and go beyond. And we're going to see some pretty incredible numbers because growth did 10 million and it kind of just fizzled out. And now it's back down to like 3 mil, whatever. Like that, those kinds of numbers, like that is the cap that we had for a while here, like 9 to 10 months in the last year. Once that gets broken, it's going to be price discovery for the entire ecosystem. So if you think these moves have been parabolic or crazy, on top of HBAR not even being at an all-time high yet, like we haven't seen anything from this space yet. And you're just not bullish enough. So shout out to everyone tuning in here today. Feel free to hit the button on the bottom right, like and retweet the space. Feel free to use the comments in the live stream or the replies down on the spaces. Let us know what's your favorite tickers. What are you guys buying today? Maybe we're missing some, so definitely got to look into them. Krillage, I see you're joining us. What's good, brother? Welcome to the space. Yeah, brother, you sound great.
In the car here. I wanted to touch on what you said there. Yeah, a lot of good info. I appreciate some good TA. The thing is, right, I was looking at some other chains, right? And if you look at, chains which are known for their meme coins, maybe like Solana or Ethereum, if you look at the largest meme coin on those two chains, like the market cap of those meme coins of the largest one is about like 2% of the chain's market cap. I thought that was interesting. So I also, though, looked at something like AVAX, like Avalanche, right? It has a similar market cap to HBAR, right? And if you look at the top meme coin on AVAX, whatever, know if that's like a 100%. I don't know the exact spread on that, but there's fucking a lot of room for Dino to grow, or whichever the top meme coin is going to be.
Right.
And the platform's fucking great for meme coins. So who knows? Maybe it's going to do something like Solana, like a 2% of HBAR's market cap. There's a lot of room.
Yeah, brother. In terms of room, I mean, Stealthy, I would love to hear your take on it, but yeah, when we talk about like 1% market caps of like some of these meme coins for HBAR, right? A lot of us believe HBAR could go to like $1 this cycle, that kind of a move. Like that's like a 30. Oh my gosh, I got to redo the numbers here because I know the supply is always adding, but it's like we're talking like 30 to 50 billion market cap, that kind of stuff on the low end. If that's really the low end for HBAR, like what is that, like 300 to 500 million market cap or something for at 1% for a meme coin, right? Like, so that would be insane. So hypothetically, if it's Dino, right, and it does go to 10 mil, that's like a, oh my gosh, was that 30x? I think it's 30x.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? Like that's like, insane.
Yeah. And I don't even know what the plan is with Dino, but I assume like they seem pretty organized and official. They're probably gonna try to get on an exchange first. And man, if you look at it with all of the official shit that's going on with HBAR, with the American federal government and all that stuff, like fuck, I could see them trying to get listed on like a proper exchange, like relatively soon.
Yeah, I can't wait to see more exchanges, more moves. Stealthy, I don't know if you have thoughts on it. If you want to jump in.
I do. I love that, man. That's a fucking very good insight. I never really considered that aspect, but I mean that's bullish as fuck, and I'm with you, man. So there's so much room. There's so much room to grow here, like for DeFi and memes as a whole. So, I mean, I know so many people have been waiting for this moment. I know I wasn't alone. I've been wanting to kind of be generous here for a very long time. So, I mean, I'm right at home here.
Quick question though for IPEX.
Yeah.
Is that your name?
Yep.
IPEX? Yeah. I've spoken with a few different people who've been in the crypto for a while, because it never made sense to me too much. But from what, like you mentioned, like Bitcoin's price, you're hoping that Bitcoin's price will continue to rise. But from what I hear, like when Bitcoin dominance falls, right, like below 50%, that's typically when like alt season really starts and when meme coins really start. So I get it though, like the positive price action on Bitcoin definitely seems to pump the market. Yeah. And I think with Trump getting in like relatively soon, like in the short term, fuck yeah, man, like Bitcoin is gonna keep going up, like for fucking sure. But I think like you're saying how it correlates with the meme coins. I think when it goes down though as well, that's really when meme coins are going to start. So I think we have some fucking a lot longer of this fucking run on these meme coins.
Yeah, brother, I couldn't agree more. Shout out to everyone. I see a bunch of you guys. If you're in the spaces, you want to jump on the live stream. I am doing some charting, all that fun stuff. Feel free to hit the link up in the Jumbotron as well. But yeah, Courage, I mean, great points. I think everyone here is just kind of ecstatic at this point watching, and Stealthy was talking about this too, like just because Bitcoin went down over the weekend or over the last 7 days since Meme Job came out, pretty much if you bought almost anything that was solid that either I was calling, Stealthy, any of us that have been really deep in the trenches, whether it was on Hbar or other chains, like all you had to do, which a lot of us were just kind of talking about it, we talked about it on Wednesday last week, like all you literally had to do is just hold and buy. It doesn't have to be with size, just buy anything basically that was a solid play, and you'd be up right now 3, 5, 10x or more. And arguably we're just getting started because today's barely day 7. We just had our first weekend in as Meme Job, as a HBAR community in meme coins. So like this is the first in so many regards. There was history being made, right? Flippenings were happening with different memes, that kind of stuff. Like the overall shift here in Hedera has been very palpable. A lot of people are kind of waking up and realizing like, oh, okay, like if I put in 100 HBAR or 1,000 HBAR into a certain token and I just kind of sit on it and it actually has like a good community, good like mimetic ability behind it, like okay, so that 1,000 HBAR could actually turn into like 10,000 HBAR or like 100,000 HBAR. Like that's actually something that could happen, and people are kind of waking up and realizing that and seeing it in their wallets. I won't talk about the gains I'm making now, but I'm just holding. I'm not really concerned about selling anything at these levels, but I mean, we could see 10 mil market caps not too much longer for some of these, and that's still like nothing, which is what Dino still is under. When we hear from people like Krillage talking about how like, hey, like other ecosystems like Solana have some memes that are like 1% of the market cap for like Solana. Could that happen? Yeah, like 2%, right? Like could that happen? Yeah, could that happen in Hedera? Like if the answer is yes, I mean we would see a blow off top. I think it would take like a blow off top HBAR type of deal over $1 in that range. HBAR at top 10 market cap, that kind of stuff. Like it could be something insane where we do see 100 mil market caps on Hedera or more. Obviously, it could be higher than that. Like that would be the absolute insane thing. But we're still at the point where like I'm looking at Gib, 1.3 million market cap. Like could Gib be one of the first to like 100 mil? Like that's like I don't even know what that is, like a 50-60x just from here. Like some of these people don't even realize what they're holding when it comes to some of these memes. And it's like, are your memes anti-fragile? Do people generally like them? Are people using the memes already? Like I'm seeing that from a bunch of communities and tokens right now, which we're going to talk a little bit about, because if you guys aren't familiar with Dex Screener, it does show volume, it does show the makers, and it does show the transactions. I made a call earlier today. I want to talk about this a little bit. So if you guys want to kind of unpack a little bit about Dex Screener, I'm going to give my take on some of these top tokens here. But Stealthy, Krillage, if you guys want to jump back in, I'll kick it to you guys.
Gib went fucking bananas. I underestimated that one. I kind of let that bag go a little way too fucking early. But I'm happy for everybody that's probably. I'm gonna have to get another bag of that when it cools off. Everything else, I pretty much got a piece of big boys, except for I missed some recent ones, but I got an Escobar today. Sorry, I got a bag of that. I know that there's controversy or whatever, but I got in there I think yesterday when it was the bonding market cap. Like I bought it and then it went below 50K. So I scooped it at that point. But man, bags are cooking all around. I wish I fucking held my give, but salute to them, man. They flipped hurt, and so now we got 2 coins, right? 2 coins above 1 milli. Like that's huge. Yep. Again, huge for every other coin as well. So kudos to everybody that does have a bag. Stealthy sold that one too early. I fucked up.
Yeah, brother. No, you just gotta say, yeah, I hold a bag. That's all you gotta say. We can't hear you selling.
Oh man, I'm transparent. You know,
for sure.
You can send me the punishment texts and stuff. I fucked up. I know.
You know, just a quick thing. Like, so that cock inu coin on Avex, I have no idea where you buy it. I've never even heard of trading on chain on Avalanche, so no idea. But and again, Avalanche's market cap is relatively similar to Hbar, maybe a little bigger. But cock inu is 111 million market cap.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, when you think about the platform of Meme Job, and basically how the devs on these coins are performing, like, man, I've been in the trenches on Solana for like fucking almost a year, bro, like doing this, like, and it's like, then I went to XRP, and then with XRP, they had an opportunity, but like the devs on a lot of these coins, most of them, they were like, for example, they were never adding enough liquidity to like the LP. And you know, the charts were volatile, and it doesn't make whales want to enter at all when you have like low LP. But man, these devs on these Meme Job Hbar tokens, like, man, they're doing such a good job of constantly adding liquidity. The fucking airdrops, just like the community, like, man, it's literally such a refreshing thing for like people who trade meme coins. It's so much better than XRP. Even the interface is fucking great on Meme Job. And then Solana, like, I just think people are fucking tired of like how fucking scammy that whole environment is. So I just hope that, you know, all of us and people who are benefiting from this right now, we can bring people, like, I'm trying to do this now. I'm trying to bring whales I know from like Seoul or Sui. I'm trying to get them in here, and then, you know, and hopefully like they'll keep that liquidity within you know, the Hbar ecosystem. And you know, last thing I want to say is okay, I was trading some big fucking coins on Sol. Okay. And whoever's listening, I hope you take this to heart, because this fucked me in the past. Like, I saw that goat coin. I saw that shit at like 10 million, and I was trading it all the way up to like a $1 billion market cap. And man, in the end, when I look at all of my numbers of how I made out with that coin, if I literally just bought that tiny bag at 10 mil and I did fucking nothing, bro, I would have made like 10 fucking times the amount that I made going in and out, up and down, because these coins are going to have a dump. They will, but it always sets the floor for like a next massive push up. Yeah. So just fucking hodl your stuff. Like, honestly, going in and out, it's not as profitable as you think it is. So that's my advice.
Yeah, I think that's great advice, Stealthy. I don't know if you want to respond to that. If not, I'm going to jump in here.
I mean, I'm not the one to give advice, because like I hold to a fault. So I mean, I'm known for holding my bags to dust. I'm
fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. It's moon or nothing for me, man. But you know, the odds are usually the other way around. But I should take profits more often, man. I agree with you, man. I'm not one to trade. I mean, a lot of people. It's funny, like, when I try to get friends and stuff into crypto, like, they usually do try to do that. They'll say like, "Oh, I'll sell up here, buy down here." The funny thing is, like, bro, they're looking at like literally just a chart. They don't even have like fib levels, nothing. Like, they're just looking at a chart. They think that they could, you know, outtrade people. But for me, like, I'm not by my phone all the time. Like, I can't really. You kind of got to be really active to be swinging in and out of positions. So for me, I prefer to buy things that I just basically think are undervalued and hold them, you know. And then I'll ladder out, like, you know, on pumps. But most of the time I'm in things that I really like and have conviction in. So I don't ladder out much, you know. I never fucking clip the chart like some other people do. But I also don't get mad at that, because those kinds of things usually give other people good entries that want to get, like usually if people flip the chart and it survives, that shows strength. Like that's a good thing. Like every coin kind of should go through that, I think. But at the end of the day, you lose out on gains yourself as well if you like full clip, right? But there's a lot of people that don't know the ins and outs of things like that. So, people, like everybody's learning, and you can't blame people for taking money off the table at the same time. I personally, like, I buy things, I hold them a long time, and I ladder out at certain targets, like I have certain targets where, okay, it hits there, I'm going to take some out, and then I have higher targets. And that's it. And I don't have like stop loss targets, though. That's what's wrong with me.
Yeah, we definitely need the buy and sell orders on the platform here. We don't have that. I know XRP does. Collage, I heard you comparing it to XRP. I did go trade in XRP for a few months there. I still am. I'm mainly holding whatever I believe is solid. But yeah, I couldn't agree more, Stealthy. I mean, being able to just kind of watch. I am online a lot, but I'm not like staring at the chart all the time. And so for me personally, like, and what Kralash is saying, like, you kind of need to try to figure out if you know what you hold or you don't. And it's like, okay, do they have a Telegram? Yes or no? Do they have a website? Yes or no? Do they have deck screener ready? Yes or no? Like there's do they have a good website? That kind of stuff. Maybe I erased that. Could they have a good X? And then if all those things are yes, that still doesn't mean you buy it. Go look at their media on X. Go look at their media on Telegram, right? And see, okay, are people posting it? Is it memeable? Are the memes good? Like, do you vibe with them? Does other people vibe with them? Because if enough people say, hey, like, I don't vibe with this, chances are not everyone's going to just like ape this, right? And so like Gib is one of those ones where like I haven't seen a single person say, hey, like I'm not sure, I don't really like it, whatever. Like everyone I've seen so far has said like, hey, like I'm bullish on Gib. This is why I like it. It's simple. It knows what it is, whatever, right? Like those kinds of plays are like the most clearest. And then when I go, so I'm going to get a little bit into some alpha here. I know a lot of you guys are here to do some learning and kind of just get a little deeper in the trenches. So deck screener, I wrote a thread about a week ago. I posted it when Meme Job went live. But I just kind of talked about how deck screener, the main Meme Job platform, obviously Telegram and Gecko Terminal might have to be your new best friends in terms of websites, platforms, that kind of stuff. So I've mainly been using deck screener and what is it? Just the main Meme Job platform and Saucer Swap, and then obviously Telegram. But I haven't been using Gecko Terminal, so I guess you can kind of remove that. This is something I really want to look at for anyone that's maybe newer to the scene here. Shout out! I just gotta kind of give a quick shout out here to everyone in the room. A bunch of you guys in the live stream. Shout out to all of you guys. Ton of you guys over there. I can't see your amazing faces, so apologies on that end. I can't call you by name, but make sure you guys follow Stealthy. He's co-hosting here today. Appreciate you, brother. Kralaj, make sure to follow all of our speakers here today as well. Appreciate you coming up today. We got Maui, X Raptors Honk, FS Kano, Shady H Bob, Fuzzy Freck, Ciano Mahuki, a real one, Shib Mutant Raptors, Yoon, Sampano, Guaki Hair, Madi. We got Death, Jack Diamond, Nuevo, and Paul. What's good, everyone? All right, feel free to hit the link up at the Jumbotron if you do want to jump over. Oh, I see Fossil just joined up. What's good, brother? If you guys want to jump up on the live stream, you guys want to watch some charts, maybe look at my screen. I'm kind of showing you guys some stuff that I'm looking at personally on Deck Screener and why I believe Gib specifically. I'm looking at it in comparison to Dino. It's really good. It's really important to look at these first movers, these big movers here, and compare other tokens to them. I think there's some really, really good alpha you can find out of it. So I'll unpack that a little bit later. Fossil, welcome to the stage, brother. What's good with you? How are you doing?
GM, everybody. What is up? I'm good.
Good, brother.
Good, how are you?
Doing great,
yeah,
brother.
Mate. But it's wild waking up in the mornings at the moment on this side of the world because so much shit happens whilst I'm sleeping. I'm still trying to catch up, and I've been awake for an hour. It's crazy. Can someone give me Cole's notes? What do I miss?
Stealthy, I don't know if you want to jump in on Fossil here.
Well, it was just funny because you were saying how like shit pumps when you go to sleep, and I was like I agree with you, right? But Fossil saying so much happens when when he wakes up, right? Like I think there's just that much shit going on, man. Because like
talking, I can't hear him.
Oh man, Fossil, can you not hear Stealthy?
No, I can't hear him. I need to leave, Jeff.
Yeah, go ahead and drop off. I'll bring you back up. No worries. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Yeah, that's funny though. It's crazy how much like it happens overnight, and that's probably when he's going to sleep or something. But yeah, it's crazy just how global.
Yeah, because when I was fucking battling through Soul and all those fucking shitters, everyone would say, never sleep on a fucking Soul meme coin.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. That was the narrative. Never go to bed with one in your wallet because it could just tank.
Yep.
Like, it's, dude, it tell you, man, Hbar's different. It's gonna fucking explode.
We don't have cheats yet, man. They're coming, though.
Hey, can you hear me, Fossil?
Yeah, I got you.
Let's go.
Okay,
they're coming. Yeah, they're coming, but there's a lot of OGs in this space I'm noticing, right? And a lot of these guys hodl, right? So even if they come with a lot of these big coins, these like OG guys, man, they hold a good supply and they buy back fucking dips. Like it's still a meme coin, don't get me wrong, but I think yeah, man, I think it's a really good fucking way that these charts behave. Like it's way better than Sol, way better than XRP. It's fucking crazy.
They'll just come here and launch their own shit though. That'll be the problem. Like I saw an XRP, like the first movers, they performed very well early, but then when the Coles arrived, they just launched their own coins, and most of the liquidity rotated into those. Like, I think it's going to test that. You know, all those top ones don't really go that well anymore.
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely possible.
Yeah, I'm waiting, kind of just like all these metas just kind of shifting into one another.
I will say though, man, like I will say, that, like Fossil, you're right. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not trying to be like, what's it called, like euphoric and just blinded by all the growth that we've seen. But when you think about the UX of a meme job, right, and the actual interface, it's completely different than XRP. It's completely different than Sol, right? Like even just trading on a Dex wallet or whatever you were doing, like people were doing, because you can on meme job you can see like the token distribution, right? And there's fucking comments and on the coin, which is fucking genius. It is so funny when you see what people are commenting, and I'm noticing a lot of people are pretty good at like Gromlin, for example. Gromlin, I fucking aped in Gromlin, and this one guy bought up like fucking 10% of the supply in the first like 10 minutes, which is retarded. And then he's moved it in between a couple wallets. And then people in the comments, like right away, man, we're like, what the fuck is up with this guy's account moving the fucking money around? All I'm saying is, if these fuckers do come here and they try to like do some sketchy scam shit, I mean, people are they can post about it. So it's different. It adds a different, different thing, a whole different vibe to like how this goes moving forward. I think it's something to think about for sure.
Yeah, I'll jump in really quick here. I agree with that. The only thing I'll kind of say before I give my take. Can you guys hear me? Just want to make sure my mic is good here. Yep. Okay. Perfect. So here's something, right? Like Dino, there's a lot of speculation. Like I said, a lot of this market's kind of driven behind it. I have no idea who the team is. If any of you guys know or whatever, and I don't need to know the team, but like I know pretty much nothing about the token outside of it launched. Some people with bots were able to snipe it early. Some people made a bunch of profits, right? Like pretty much no one got in. I don't know like a single person that got in if you didn't like have a sniper bot, which that's a whole separate conversation to have about what's happening on XRP right now, right? Any of the big tokens, like they're getting sniped and people are getting in at like crazy high market caps and getting wrecked and that kind of stuff. Like we haven't seen that yet. And as Fossil was saying, like there could be a shift that does occur over it took 2-ish months in XRP to happen. But it could take a couple more months or a couple weeks. I don't know how long it'll take for that to happen in Hbar if we do see some influencers, whatever words you want to use, doing their own tokens, right? And I won't talk about really those tokens too much, but it's really important also to be aware, like, hey, if you're new to this, the tokens that maybe are pumping right now, there could be a shift where maybe they won't be pumping depending. And this is why I keep saying, like, I'm not going to just buy any random token that bonds just because it bonded or a bunch of people got excited today or whatever. That's not enough for me. Like, I need to be able to see these get to a mil, hold above 1 million. That was, if you guys weren't here earlier in the year, we did have a meme coin run back in like February, March of this year. Like, we saw a bunch of tokens go from give me one second. I'm gonna pull up Gibbs so I can show you guys like the distribution, because this is also really important. The distribution as we're talking, when we talk about like nuking charts and that kind of stuff, right? Full clipping out. Like, we had a bunch of tokens run to like 500,000 market cap. And kind of fizzle out. Like, I won't name names, just it happened, right? We had some hit a mil, and then they fizzled out as well. And then like one or two stayed around 1 million, and then Growth was the only one that stayed above 3 mil for however long, for the last, like, since February. And then Saucina was the only other one that stayed above 1 million briefly, which now it's below 1 million last I checked, due to this last week, basically everyone rotating into like new memes. So seeing those kinds of moves, like, like, if HBAR meme coins are here to stay and they're going to blow up, and things are kind of going to be like up only from here until we get like a top or something for HBAR. Like, we haven't technically, I know this is kind of hard to believe, but we haven't technically started yet, because we only have like Hurt and Gib above 1 mil, and like barely above 1 mil, like 1.3, 1.1 mil, whatever. Like, that's not anything like special when it comes to what happened earlier this year. And then Dino, obviously, just kind of being above Growth right now, is that's the only like big outlier right now. But Dino still needs to get above 10 mil, which it got rejected at like 9.5. So until that happens, that's when it's like, okay, this entire space has shifted. And I think Dino flipping Growth was like that first step. But I think this week will be kind of like the moment of truth, if you will, for this entire ecosystem. What's going to happen next? And then, like I said, if we start getting some tokens flipping Growth, that's where it's like, okay, we're going to start seeing these sent to like 10 mil. And get influencers from other chains, that kind of stuff, because obviously that kind of liquidity, that kind of volume will attract people across the board.
Another thing to consider in a macro view, right, of the whole crypto market, I've seen some news about HBAR and how the American government is going to basically position it exempt from, I think, like capital gains tax.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure HBAR is going to be one of them. So if you think about that, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's huge. Okay. And I think, that just alone is something to kind of think about, because, if, meme job is successful, clearly these meme coins are successful. When you pair that with the tax-free like concept, man, I think people are going to be even more incentivized to kind of get in here and try to bring liquidity in and keep it here, more importantly,
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Stealthy, I thought I saw your hand go up. If you wanted to jump in, brother.
Yeah, just going to touch on, like you guys were talking about influencers coming in and stuff. Like, there's going to be bad actors and frauds, and you know what I mean? Like, that, you got to kind of take the bad with the good, right? Like, there's pros and cons to a growing ecosystem, and it's one of the things that comes with it. And also, for sure, there's going to be, there's already bots, but there's going to be, that's going to become more of a commonplace thing, right? Like, Dino was the only real huge coin that everybody was kind of ready for and waiting for that launched on Meme Job. Like, there could and likely will be another one in the future, right? And so, indeed, like, I'm sure the bot scene's gonna get, like, everything's being built. So I guarantee you, everything is being built right now. We saw with Honkbot, shout out to them. Like, they came out with a sales bot real quick, and it's pretty sleek. It's got like a lot of interesting features. Like, they have advertisements and stuff. Like, it's impressive, and I think we're going to see a lot more. I know Maui's also building something, right? There's going to be buy bots with limit orders, all kinds of shit. Like, I'm excited. So, like, for me, the good far outweighs the bad. You're going to have to. You're certainly going to have to start picking. It's going to be harder to pick winners, and there's going to be bad actors coming in to, take liquidity. That's for sure going to happen. but it's kind of a product of the success of the ecosystem. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I think Fossil dropped off. Appreciate you coming up, brother. Yeah, I mean, in terms of bots, snipers, that kind of stuff, like I said, we haven't really started yet. Obviously, a lot of you guys have hit 10x's, 50x's. Also, I've seen some people making posts like, "Hey, I put in." I don't even remember what that one post that I read. It was like I put in $1,000 and it turned into like 50,000 or 100,000 or something. Like that was only possible because none of these tokens have done like you couldn't go in with size on a lot of these and then exit with size yet, just because the liquidity pools are still not crazy big. I mean, if you got in like right at 10K and put in like thousands of dollars, maybe. But a lot of these people, so like that person that made a post, I won't name names, kind of relevant, but someone went and put in like $1,000 into Dino, but they sniped it with a bot, and then yeah, they were able to do like a 50x. But most people right now, so let's kind of like reel things in a little bit when it comes to like moon math and all that kind of stuff. I know Kralaj was talking about like, oh, we could go like 300 mil and that kind of stuff, right? Which I think could happen. But let's kind of talk about like what has happened in the ecosystem over the last week. So Dino, kind of do a weather report here, and I'll kind of explain a little bit about what I'm watching on Deck Screener. So if you're new to like Deck Screener, you don't know what you're looking at, what any of this stuff means. I'm actually going to explain a little bit of it. So hopefully you guys learn something if you're newer to it. So these market caps are here. So 7.7 mil. I'm assuming that's fully diluted value, FDV. So Dino, 7.7 mil. The lowest, I think the dip was post bonded, which is like pretty much when everyone was able to buy it because it bonded almost instantly. Very few people were actually able to get in pre bonding. So, shout out to you if you were able to, but the website basically crashed. So, 7.6 mil. What kind of return? If you were here, I think it launched like last Wednesday or Tuesday, less than a week ago. 5 days. Yeah. So it was like Wednesday or something. Same thing with Gib. Too. They launched on the same day. It looks like that's cool to know. So 7.6. I think the lowest it went was like 2.5 in that range. So 2.5 times 3, I believe, is where it's at right now. So you got about a 300% gain if you just bought the dip, which I recommended everyone to buy the dip on Dino when it first came out. It reminded me of a specific chart on XRP. So if you guys got in, obviously you should be up at least 3x your position just at the current price. You would have been up 4x at the recent all-time high. That's just Dino, just after bonding. And that's a pretty incredible return on investment, in my opinion, already. But a lot of people want 10x's and all that kind of stuff. All right, Gib, you were able to buy in. I bought a little bit in before it bonded, but nothing crazy because like I said, I don't go crazy on the bonding ones, pre-bonding, because if you're buying anything pre-bonding, you're just taking on all the risk for yourself. Obviously, you can make a lot more doing that. But for me, I just kind of wait till they're like at 100K, 300K, 400K maybe at these ranges. I kind of watch it, see if our community is really coming around them. Do they look sustainable, or are they just pump and dumps, right? Like we've seen these come and go on XRP, other chains, where they pump out of nowhere and then just out of nowhere they just dump or whatever, insider stuff, what have you. So on Hbar, I think distributions are getting really, really good. And then let's talk a little bit about Gib here, because this is something I wanted to kind of touch on here. So I wanted to kind of give a little lesson, if you will, if you're new to Deck Screener. So these makers are basically individual, or you can kind of just see unique wallets that bought or sold the pair. So I always, when I go on Deck Screener on my phone, on mobile, or online here, I always sort it by makers, and then I just kind of look like, are any of these tokens, because you can fake these numbers obviously, but if they're real, right, and then you're just going off real here, are any of these tickers undervalued? And if the answer is yes, I then move to the volume and I look at, okay, are a lot of people looking to buy this and the volume is doing really well? Usually this is high when the volume's high. So that's really important to know. And then for me personally, I pull up Growth and I pull up Dino, which Growth, and this isn't fun to Growth, just if you have a bag, what have you, that's fine. But look, Growth is all the way down here in terms of makers on the, I don't know if this one's the biggest liquidity pool. I think there's one that's bigger. So give me 1 second to find it if it's up here. If not, no, it doesn't look like it is. Where's Growth? Down here? No. Where are you at, Growth? Right here. This is the biggest liquidity pool. So 28 people are buying and selling Growth, and Growth's at 3.4 million market cap, with 48,000 in volume. And then there's a couple pools, so I can kind of just scroll through them. 14K, like you could say maybe, I mean, just like to give it a good round up, maybe 75,000 volume today on Growth. And then obviously you can go look at Dino, which I think is more pertinent to look at Dino at this point, not Growth, because I think a lot of these are going to start flipping Growth. It has nothing to do with whether I like Growth or not. It's just I think that's what's going to happen because people always try to go for the new things, which is fine. So 605 makers on Dino, 554, over 500,000 USD in volume today. So we look at Gib, right? Number 2, 1,100 transactions. So we look at Gib. Gib is doing 275,000 in volume, basically half. I've been looking at all day. It's basically been keeping track with Dino, basically 50% of the volume today. And then funny enough, the makers, look at that. 50% of them, over 50%. It's like 51 or 52%. And then the transactions are almost actually what Dino was at. And then you go look at the market cap. So like I said, I look at these three, see if there's anything that doesn't add up to me in terms of like, why is Dino this high when Gib is doing similar numbers or at least 50%? If the market cap is not 50% of whatever the one that's outperforming basically at market cap, to me, that asset's undervalued. That's basically what I look for. So Gib doing at least 50% and the market cap's not 50% of Dino. What's 50% of Dino? 7.6. That puts out like 3.8 mil, something like that, almost 4 mil. Okay. Right now, Gib, based off these metrics, volume, makers, how many people are trading it, that kind of stuff, the fair market value in my eyes in relation to Dino, unless Dino's overvalued, which I don't think it is, that means Gib would be at least double this based off of the social metrics that I'm looking at, not to mention the Telegram or how many buyers or whatever, that are posting on X. So and this is just kind of like the homework that I've been doing, looking at other tokens. You can look at Lari, Aussie, Esco, Hurt, right? I talked about some of these in the alpha chat earlier today in the Telegram and last night. This is what I'm looking for. You got to sort it by makers. You could even sort it by volume if you really choose to, but it adds like wrapped HBAR and stuff. So I just kind of skip those. But you really want to look at these makers and see like, hey, like some of these tokens are really killing it on the really relevant metrics, and their market cap is not where it should be. That means I should be buying this dip. I should be averaging in to some of these, especially if some of these have been here, right? Gib is already 5 days old. Dino, Aussie is less than a day old. Esco's a day old. Hertz 6 days old. So you want to really look at these, how long they've been out too. That's really important. The longer they've been out, the better metrics that they're doing here. Basically, it's saying without telling you directly is, hey, there's a community forming here. There's people that are super bullish. Keep watching this and just kind of watch the price follow along. So if you're new to Dex Screener, you need to be studying this because this is what I'm looking for when I'm preparing my entries and making theses. And if Gib continues at this rate here with these makers, the volume transactions, I said this earlier in my chat, it's actually going to flip Dino, which would be absolutely insane. A lot of people wouldn't expect that. But right now, and then obviously it'll flip Growth here really soon at the rate it's growing. And I have the fib levels up. So you guys can see the fib levels. I talked about it in the beginning of the show, about 3.2, 3.3 million, which is the max extension on the fib level here, which is basically the market cap of Growth right now. And Hurt has the same fib extension too. So Gib and Hurt basically are the next two tokens I'm looking at that are primed to potentially flip Growth. Again, has nothing to do with whether I like Growth or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just looking at the technicals and just kind of making some predictions here based on the metrics. So yeah, I mean, we could see some pretty insane moves from some of these very soon, and an entire paradigm shift in the entire meme coin space here in Hedera, which a lot of people are really looking forward to. And yeah, I mean, liquidity looks amazing on a lot of these tokens. Kraj, Stealthy, we're coming up on a few minutes here before we wrap up. If you guys want to say any final words, we're going to keep this to an hour.
Well, what you just said was beautiful. I appreciate that. It's just super fucking common sense. Those metrics you're looking at, some people go a little crazy with the TA. That's fucking great. Love the way you did that. Bro, I don't know. Yeah, 300 million on Dino. I don't think so. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify. I think like relatively soon, the biggest meme coin, whatever it's going to be, like I don't think like 50. It's not going to go straight up, but 50 million, man. Like 50, 30. 40, even 50 million, not out of the card. So just don't. I want everyone listening, just man, hodl. Like honest to God, hodl. And quickly, last thing. I posted this fart coin. Okay, if you look at the chart on Fartcoin, okay, on Sol, if you bought like say the first day and you hodled for fucking 63 days, you would have made 140,000%. Okay, if you perfectly rode the initial rise and then sold it at the top and then bought back in on the dip, right? If you did that every single time, there was like 3 or 4 times, you would have made 25,000%. If you bought the highs, right, sold at the top, then bought it back in with the lows. So that's 25,000%. If you just bought it and chilled the fuck out for 60 days, 140,000%. And I'm just thinking about that. It's fucking nuts.
What's more to that? That was just like the flavor of the fucking week, bro. It's like a bunch of Solana coins that, you know what I mean? If you got in early, like you're up hundreds of X's, if not thousands. And again, like we're on the ground floor here, so the thing is, like, you can go a little more risky, in my opinion. Like, yeah, I mean, it's fucking NFA, right? But you can go risk averse in this kind of climate when everything's new. Like, Pump Fund's fucking a week old. You know, like the first movers, the ones that are showing strength, that are here for the long term, shit like that. Like, I think it's, you know, it's a lot easier to kind of pick the winners. It's not gonna be that way for a long time, you know. And at the same time, like you were saying, like they bond and then they keep fucking going, a lot of these tokens, you know, or even the ones that maybe they dump post bond and then they still catch bids and then keep going. Like Larry's an example. There's quite a few that have done that as well. So
yep.
Yeah. So it's wild, man. I think right now is like that. Yeah, this is the time. Go in, you know, go in and hold. Like you said, I think 2025. Like, I'm not planning I think it's kind of silly to sell anything while Bitcoin's, I mean, not 150K, you know? So, I mean, we got so much more fun.
Last thing on that. Okay. Just to give you an idea on hodling, and honestly, I've been through a lot. I've lost a lot of fucking money, bro. So I kind of thank God for this situation, and I'm not selling. But just to put it this way, I literally bought like 1,600 Hbars worth of Gib. All right, and I haven't sold a penny. And right now, I'm literally in the top 10 holders because I haven't sold a fucking penny on the first fucking day of launch.
Wow, that's actually really incredible, brother. And I'm really glad to hear. Are you a 1% holder, by the way?
I don't remember the exact percent, but it's more than that. Yeah.
Do you have more than 10 million tokens, or 9? I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So you are 1%. I think it's like 9 million or something. But yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. If anyone, hit me up, brother. Anyone that had seen Gib specifically, if you own 1% or more, about 9 to 10 mil tokens, DM me. I'm not gonna really publicize too much what I plan on doing or what have you. But if you're a Gib holder, you're a Gib whale, I should say. That would consider you as a whale. Let me know. Shoot me a DM. I'm really bullish on Gib. There's only a few tokens I'm really gonna do what I can to kind of back them and support them. You guys can see the distribution here. It looks really good. This wallet specifically on Gib, number 2, is actually locked up on Da Vinci Graph. I was going through wallets trying to find like if I knew anyone or if they're all locked up. I couldn't find this wallet, but it looks like this one is locked up. So a good chunk of the supply is either locked up already in the LP or just heavily distributed. Which is really, really incredible for tokens like this. So you want to see high holders with a very low supply per, which is really, really solid. So yeah, I mean, not anything too crazy out of the ordinary in terms of like how easily people could dump on you. So again, if you guys own 1% of Gib, about 9 million tokens or more, shoot me a DM. Happy to connect. I have some ideas I want to share with the Hbar community if you're bullish on Gib. And then I charted some fib levels. Like I said, I think this one will be one of the next ones next to Hurt. That'll flip Growth coming up. And obviously if Growth pumps, then we'll kind of have some more upside here in terms of a psychological ceiling. But that's what I'm reading in the charts. You know, I'm looking at these every time we do one of these shows. I might run a live stream. If you guys liked it, if you guys appreciate it, I see a bunch of you guys tuning in here today on the live stream side of things. If you guys are new here, feel free to hit the button. Feel free to hit the link up in the Jumbotron if you want to tap in on the live stream. I did put this circle down here. If you guys weren't seeing before we wrap up here, I do think that Gib could retest this 0.0012 level. So it might come back down a little bit, maybe 1.1 million market cap. That did pump really, really hard last night, and I didn't get to see it. If it does come down here, retest it, that would actually be super healthy for the chart. It would basically be a double bottom, which would prepare it and prime it further for basically the next leg up. And then obviously stochastic RSI, I'm just going to use the 1 hour for now, just because it's a pretty new token, still only 5 days old, less than a week. The stochastic RSI is bottomed out, so we pretty much have bottomed out already, but I'm always careful to call bottoms until I really feel like the chart's screaming it. So we could see a little bit more of a retest. If not, this is the bottom. This is when you want to be buying. And as Krillage said, basically, if you just buy dips and just hold, whether you're trading in and out of other tokens, whatever, find the highest conviction plays, find the ones that the community is really rallying around, buy the bottoms. If you got to sell the top, whatever. But don't ever sell your entire bag until clearly the top is just completely in. Your underlying asset like Hbar is just completely in, Bitcoin's in, that kind of stuff, which I believe in the next 30 to 60 days, that could be a conversation to be having, but not until then. So until then, I appreciate everyone that tuned in here today. Much love to everyone that tuned in. Trench Talk here today. Hbar has meme coins. We're going to be running this up Mondays and Wednesdays at 4 p.m. EST here in Hbar. Stealthy, if you want to say any final words, you can close this out, brother. I appreciate you co-hosting today.
Oh, thanks. No, I'm joking. I hope everybody's bags pump. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope that this run keeps going. I hope that Bitcoin bounces. It looks like it's kind of, I don't know. It looks like maybe we hit a bottom. I don't want to say that because I thought that for the last 3 fucking days, and keeps finding a new one. But let's see what happens. Either way, I'm enjoying it. It doesn't look like we're slowing down. And what I will say is, Hbar memes are a store of value, flight to safety. So yeah, it's just park all the funds there, unload the bags, and you're safe. Don't worry. Everybody. Yeah, awesome, man. No, that's all I got.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you co-hosting today. Are you cool with hosting on Wednesday still?
Yes, sir. Wednesday, same time. We'll see you guys there.
Awesome, brother. We'll appreciate you, Krillage.
That's Christmas, by the
way. What was that?
That's Christmas Day, is it not?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Do you think we should do one? I don't know if you feel like people will still tune in. I know I ran a space last year, but I don't know. A lot of people are away, obviously.
I'll tell you what, it depends on your days, man. Like if we're still printing 10x candles every day. Sure, I'm down. I think I can make time.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. Let's.
If not, we can push it to Thursday. Maybe put out a poll or something to see what people are down for, because it is Christmas Day, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Maybe we'll do Thursday. Let's chat in the DMs. Maybe I'll put a poll out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, just because it is Christmas. So yeah, I think the 26th sounds pretty good, and I'm sure things will be kind of going crazy. Well, again, appreciate everyone that tuned in today. Hit the button on the bottom right, like and retweet if you're bullish on XRP, Hbar memes, all that kind of stuff. It's where you slip it out of my mouth. Appreciate all of you guys. Hit the like and retweet. Drop a comment. Let me know which memes you guys are buying, which ones I should be looking into. Me and Stealthy will be looking through the comments. And obviously, if you're in the live stream side of things, it looks like I missed someone's comment here. Looks like S. Hbar posted the Gib meme there. You love to see it. And Rhyme said bullish. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in on the live stream. Looks like we had 200 listeners today on the live stream. Absolutely insane. Appreciate all of you guys killing it. Showing up for Hbar. This is just the beginning. Gib is pumping. Herd is pumping. Pump my bags. Pump your bags. Show up for the community. Join the Telegrams. Make a post about your favorite memes. If no one else hears about them, how are your bags going to pump? Bring back working for your bags. Make working for your bags great again. With that, I'll catch you guys later. Friendly reminder, in about 52 minutes, I'm actually going to run up the XRP Spaces live stream as well. So if you guys are interested in XRP meme coins as well, feel free to tap in about 52 minutes. Just turn my notifications on so you don't miss the live stream. All right, you guys. Also, friendly reminder, I do have an alpha chat. Link is in my bio if you're not in the Telegram. With that being said, much love. I'll catch you guys in about 52 minutes if you're jumping on XRP memes. All right. Much love. Have a great rest of your day. If I don't see you, in like 52 minutes, and I'll see you later on Thursday. All right, you guys, much love. Peace, y'all.